Anyway, hey, it's time for Studio 416, and today I've got Brothers of the Oven on the air with me, and I'm trying to get the telephone part hooked up, but until that happens, I'm just going to play their music. So here we go, Brothers of the Oven.
I am a man who's walked this land for death, and in between is pure delight. But all is left to lose. Wearing worn out shoes to walk 1,000 miles just to see.
V6 4WD, the name of that one, and the first cut we heard was 1,000 Mile Intro. I've got Brothers of the Oven on the phone with me now. Are you there, guys?
I am here. How you doing, Dan?
Oh, great. Yeah.
I'm here.
Who all are we talking to?
We're all here. We got the rest of the band on there as well.
Okay, good. So, Greg, Brad, Seth, is there anybody else?
Radar.
Radar, I love it. Hey, digging this music. Really enjoyed those first two tracks. I accidentally played part of the 11th track, which I guess is not suitable for broadcast, and if anything got through there, I apologize. But enjoying the music very, very much. So tell me, how long have you guys been a band?
So essentially, me and my brother Greg started BOTO, as we call it, for short, back in like 2017, when I was finishing up my Chico State art degree here, and he was also finishing up his recording arts degree at Butte College. I was in a previous band called Bandmaster Ruckus with Seth before this, and now Seth has since jumped back in with us, and our friend Radar has jumped in as well on some featured songs, and we've kind of become this collaborative two-piece band that has formed into a four-piece kind of collaborative rock and roll band.
Very nice, very nice. And where do you guys call your base of operations?
So we kind of originated here in Chico. We're all kind of from Red Bluff, except for Ray. He's from down south, Orange County, I think, right? Ray, are you in Orange County?
Yes, sir. The OC.
The old OC. Yeah, so, and then since then, actually, we've all kind of dispersed. This year it's been kind of there's been a lot of changes, but we're all still connected. I'm here in Chico. My brother Greg, he's down in San Diego. And then Seth is actually over in Tahoe. And then, yeah, Ray is down south in OC back there.
So I'm assuming that you haven't been doing much touring during these times of unspeakable not touring.
Yeah. We had a whole agenda. We had some shows we were going to do before COVID hit. We were going to go to Reno, and we had plans to go, I think, down south. And since then, it all kind of fell apart. And so everything, we focused on this album and moving towards just releasing music online and sharing that with everyone. And now, since things are kind of starting to open back up again, we started looking at playing some shows in the near future, actually.
Very nice. Good to hear that. Let's talk about the two tunes that we heard, 1,000 Mile Intro and V6 Four-Wheel Drive. Do you guys collaborate on the writing, or just tell me about the songs?
I mean, kind of the basis of most of the songs are songs that I have written or that I kind of bring to the table, and then we'll just show the boys, and then we'll kind of build them from there. As far as songwriting goes, I do the majority of the songwriting. And then Radar, he does his own songwriting as well on those tracks, and we collaborated a little bit.
Nice.
So yeah, and it's pretty much all original material at the same time.
The really cool part about it is, it happens in the moment. Like we'll all just kind of make a song, and then we'll all do a studio together and see what sounds cool, and we kind of just come up with stuff, and then put the it's like a painting, you're putting it to work and stuff, so it's been really cool.
So what specifically was the inspiration for V6 4WD?
So that song is kind of like an ode to my old Forerunner that we put in and road tripped in quite a bit, and it had the essence of just the back road, and I've always wanted to have this, because we'd go back roading, especially as a band, and just having fun and listening to cool music, and that was our ode to those moments of being back roading and listening to good music and just kind of being out of the urban sprawl.
Yeah, it took me back to my high school days, actually. I enjoyed the sentiments expressed in it. It was nice. Awesome. We're going to move on and listen to the next track on the album, Queen Fuss. You want to tell us a little about that?
Yeah, that song is a pretty fun song that kind of just was born live during, playing live shows and capturing the essence of just being, kind of having a groovy song and the whole crowd getting down with it, and kind of adding some lyrics that I think most people can kind of relate to with, maybe it's just, everyone's got a little bit of fuss in them, so it's, you got to let that out, or you either, it grows into something else, so.
Okay, so we're going to listen to Brothers of the Oven, Queen Fuss, and that's coming right up. Reaching for a kiss from my baby mama's lips. Brothers of the Oven, we're going to get back to them. I've got them on the phone, but first, Studio 416 is made possible by your generous contributions. Thank you, KZFR supporters. And by Bruce Jenkins Insurance, a retirement advisor offering Medicare assistance, including prescription drug and supplemental plans, Social Security maximization, retirement income planning, and life insurance. You can reach Bruce Jenkins Insurance at 530-781-3592 or visit brucejenkinsinsurance.com. tires+, and by Tires Plus, complete auto repair on the corner of 6th and Broadway. The technicians at Tires Plus provide complete auto service, including repairs, maintenance, check engine light, brakes, and tires to keep you safe. Located at 624 Broadway Street, Tires Plus, complete auto repair can be reached at 342-8338 and on Facebook. And if you like this show, guess what? You can go to KZFR.org and you can tip the show. And that's just one more way to show your appreciation for community radio. Greg, Brad, Seth, and Radar, are you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Yay! I love it when things work. You guys, this band holds the record for being put off for Studio 416 more than anybody, and I'm just really happy that I'm finally able to get you on there because I'm digging your music and enjoying the whole vibe. I like that crunchy guitar. It's lots and lots of fun.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Yeah, it's definitely worth the wait. We appreciate it.
Oh, good. Let's see. So, was it Brad? Were you the one that said that you had graduated from Chico State? What's your background in music?
Well, basically, I went to school at Chico State for art and focused on sculpture and glass blowing, and never really did study music. I always kind of kept that separate because I never wanted to be told how to play music. I kind of wanted to discover it on my own, and that was pretty unique for me. And with Greg and Seth and Ray being close friends of mine, we all had the same love for music, especially Seth and I. We grew up together and played in bands together ever since we were little kids, so it's always been more than just a hobby. It's been kind of a passion and something that's just been who we are.
Nice. And let's see. I was talking to Greg. So, Brad, how about give us a little bit of your resume.
All right. So yeah, I'll give a little kind of background on us.
I think.
Did I mean Greg?
I think you might have the Greg and Brad mixed up. Brad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Stuff, he's always taking my shine. But
okay, go ahead.
That's the thing, brothers. Yeah, but we're gonna
go ahead, Greg.
Anyway, so I got my degree in recording arts, and like Brad was saying, we had grown up like playing music together in a band. I think I was in the 5th grade or something. I was like, I could have been 6 or 7 years old when we had our first talent show, and I was playing the bass with Brad and Seth. And it was, Brad was actually on the drums. I was on the bass. But, growing up in a band, you still kind of learn all the instruments. And then Brad had ended up being in Bandmaster Ruckus when I was finishing up high school. And he was doing that and, actually going on tour and, being in a real band. And so, I kind of still had my passion for music. So then I actually found I found a really good, program at BOTO College with the recording arts thing because I picked up a computer and started getting Logic Pro X is the program I used to record, and so I did that, and then I went to BOTO College and they had this whole program they're using Logic, and so I picked up a lot of good skills, and then I was able to finish up and get my degree in recording arts and my certificate of achievement.
Who is your instructor there?
It was Dave Elke.
Yeah, Dave Elke. Yeah, his fingerprints are all over the place.
Yeah, he taught me a lot, and I actually sent him a copy of the album stuff because on one of the songs we recorded actually at BOTO College, and he did he actually helped produce it for me. So it was really cool, and it just worked out perfectly because I was taking one of my hobbies, that I do on my own time, and I was bringing it to school and stuff, and so I was really just killing two birds with one stone. It was really great. So.
Sweet. Okay, Seth, it's your turn.
So pretty much, I've been playing music with these boys since about 5 years old. I guess me and Brad started making up bands and crap, and that's pretty much my resume. It's just playing.
That's not completely it. Seth's actually a guitar virtuoso, even better than I am. But he's been playing bass and enjoying playing bass for BOTO. He is an all guitar virtuoso.
Very nice. Very nice. All right,
Yeah.
Radar, I guess it's your turn.
All right. Well, yeah, I grew up in Orange County, and I ended up moving up to Chico, taking an art class, and met Brad because he liked my Jimi Hendrix drawing. He sat next to me, and we just had a little chit chat. Said I made music before he made music, and a year later we made a song called "What's the Deal" with Bandmaster Ruckus.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, pretty much after that, the rest is history. Me and Greg have been making a lot of other like hip hop stuff. That's just mainly just me. But Greg produces and records all that for me, and he does a really great job. And yeah, I mean, now that it's BOTO, Brothers of the Oven, I just can't wait for us to start going on tour again.
Right on.
Yes, exactly.
Right
it's really
on.
cool because now that we've gotten like this album done, these are songs that we've kind of just had in the vault for a long time that needed to get recorded and stuff. And we, took the time, during the pandemic to get all these songs perfected and done exactly how we wanted to. So, like, I think we're all pretty excited to start making some new music and stuff. And that's just how we do it. We all just have to be in the same room, hanging out, and all of us can just collab and just make a song together. So,
Right on.
yeah, we're just looking forward to it.
Well, speaking of music, I want to play the next track, And I Want You. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, so our good friend that we grew up with in Red Bluff, Stacy Stone, she actually lives out in Nashville, and she's pursuing music. She's a really, really talented singer, and I was able to get her to come to my studio and record this part because we've had this song written since we were way younger, and I've always wanted like a really cool female voice on it, and so I was able to get Stacy into the studio, and it just worked out even better than I expected and stuff. And so that's one thing I really like about this song.
All right, here it is from BOTO, And I Want You. Brothers of the Oven, BOTO, right here on Studio 416 on FM 90.1 KZFR Chico. Well, guys, I'm loving this. I'm curious to know what influences your music. Where do you find the influences that give you your sound or contribute to your sound or whatever, however one might express that?
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Let's see, I'll try to break it down kind of simply here. So basically, we are a rock band. And, I mean, on the basis of, like, American rock and roll, there's a plethora of artists and bands that we follow that have just kind of shaped who we are. But essentially, like as kids, Seth and I grew up listening to AC/DC, and our moms and dads, particularly Greg and I's mom and dad, really kind of forced a lot of, a variety of rock and roll and metal and a variety of other genres, including, jazz and, anything in between since we were kids, just kind of having that in the background always and always having a strong interest in music, but never particularly being musicians themselves, which ended up turning Greg and I into musicians ourselves. And we kind of, over the time, since we were kids, taught ourselves how to play by basically all of us jamming together. So, particular artists that we love listening to, it's almost too many to mention because it's like really just...
We've got an hour.
Yeah, there's so many. There's so many. But we do have on a modern twist, I've always enjoyed the Black Keys and the White Stripes and Yeah Yeah Yeahs and, as far as the contemporary rock and some of my favorite blues artists, because I dive into blues quite a bit, would be like R.L. Burnside. Robert Johnson, the original. Mm-hmm. And then, Howlin' Wolf and Muddy Waters and Buddy Guy and, of course, Jimi Hendrix and all of the greats, basically. So that's our background in blues rock.
Right on, right on. So before the COVID and you guys were touring, what kind of places did that take you to?
So we let's see, we have some favorite spots. I mean, in Red Bluff, Pitt's Bar and the Downtown Ale House were popular spots, and then here in Chico, honestly, Argus Bar downtown has been great to us, and they're great to everyone that they host and have live music too. So shout out to Argus.
Yay.
Shout out to the Maltese. We've had plenty of fun shows there. Always a fun, interesting time there, and everybody always has a good time. So we've played, and then let's see. So BOTO is here in town, basically done, Argus, Maltese, and then house shows. There's a place on Normal called the Normal House. To locals that know about that in the local music scene that have been pretty generous to hosting shows, especially coming back into, or post-COVID, I should say. Trying to set up, shows for local artists trying to get their music heard.
Sweet. All right, well, let's move on and play another tune from the album. BOTO is the name of the album, right?
It is. It's kind of self-titled.
Yeah.
BOTO is our acronym for Brothers of the Oven. So
let's play this song, and then when that's over, I'm going to ask you to talk about the origin of your band name. How's that?
You've got it.
Here comes One Missed Call. Oh, is there anything you want to say about this song, One Missed Call?
Well, so let's see. There's a couple songs that we like to clarify as bangers, or as, just heavy-hitting songs that really get your blood pumping and are really good for, like, we like to skate, so songs that go with skating, or songs that, anybody can even work out to, or just high-energy songs. This is one of them, and this is our latest song that we recorded last, so it's kind of our most gemmed, sounding song, and we really enjoyed recording it, and I hope everybody else enjoys hearing it.
Right on. Here we go. Brothers of the Oven, BOTO, the name of that one was One Missed Call, and I've got the boys. I've got, who do we got? Greg, Brad, Seth, and Radar on the phone with me from their various home locations, talking to me today on Studio 416. Dan Carter here. And well, tell us about the name of your band.
Awesome, Dan. Yeah, so I'll start it off and I'll let Greg kind of take over, but essentially when we started this band in 2017, it was just he and I. And I was like, Greg, we need to get together and just jam, bro. I'm really needing to just kind of get some stuff out and jam. And he's like, oh, I'm there. I'm ready. Let's do this. And coincidentally, he and I both were working at pizza places. I was working at Farm Star and he was working at Frankie's. So we were both literally making pizzas, working in front of an oven. But so that was kind of like, what played into it. But what originally happened was I walk into the Naked Lounge and I go order a coffee from my friend Matt. My girlfriend was working there, and our friend Matt was working, and he's of French descent. He's from France. And I told him our last name, which our last name is Dufour. D-U, capital F-O-U-R. And that's a French name. And he's like, oh, yeah, of the oven. That's what that means. And I was like, really?
Oh, no
He's
kidding.
Like, yeah, man, that's like a baker's name. It's of the oven. And so once we put that together, and the fact that Greg and I both loved pizza and were working of the oven, it kind of just stuck, Brothers of the Oven.
That's great. That's one of the best band name explanations that I've ever heard.
Well, good. I'm glad you think so.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Speaking of the name Dufour, are you guys part of the real estate folks? That
no, we're not. We're not directly tied to them, but have become, or at least I've become mutual friends with one of them at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the only other Dufour that we've ever, I think, met. So.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
All righty. So I'm going to play, I guess Blue Waves is next. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And well, tell us about that tune.
Greg, tell us a little bit about Blue Waves.
Brad wrote it. He said he wrote it in Eureka, but this song I think is definitely one of our favorites off the album. We can all agree because it really just makes you like your soul just like leave your body. You know, you feel when you hear it, you feel like you start flying or something. And that's how I put it, because Brad, he did a really good job with this one, especially when we recorded it. He was just like singing so good, and I honestly had never heard him sing so good. And it was really cool to just make it, and I'm really happy with this song, how it came out. So.
All right, Blue Waves from Brothers of the Oven from their album BOTO. Here we go. Brothers of the Oven, Blue Waves, the name of that one, off their BOTO album, their recent release album. And I'm going to have the band along with me here in just a second. But first, Studio 416 is made possible by your generous contributions and by Happy Campers RV Rentals, a locally owned small business offering clean and comfortable RVs to rent for a weekend getaway or an extended vacation. They also offer a variety of camping essentials to meet your needs. Choose from different sizes and styles and feel at home away from home. For details, visit happycamperschico.com, and by Lassen Traditional Cider, made in Chico, and offering a number of varieties of dry ciders from farmhouse to heirloom to elderberry and pomegranate. Made only from fruit from Northern California orchards, pressed in season. Lassen Traditional Ciders are available at local stores, bars, and eateries, online, and at their tasting room at 26 Bellarmine Court. Might be Bellarmine. I think it's Bellarmine Court in Chico. Details at lassencider.com, on Facebook and Instagram, and at 5930555. That's 5930555. Stay tuned. At 3 o'clock, we've got Swing City, followed at 4 o'clock by RJ's Vinyl Mix. And I got the Brothers of the Oven on the phone with me, Greg, Brad, Seth, and Radar. So this is a self-produced album. Tell me what that process was like for you guys.
Yeah. Anyways, so it was a mixture of things. Greg kind of recorded it.
Yeah, I can tell you about that. So,
yeah.
Tell us, Greg.
At first, it cost some money. You know, you got to get the right equipment and stuff. And so that was one thing we were like really working to get, was this interface. You know, to be able to use all of our microphones. You can use up to 16 microphones on this interface. But so we needed to get that, and so we were playing a lot of shows, actually making money. You know, starting a band fund so that we could get that. And that was always the funny thing, is like we used to play a lot of shows, but we never had any music out for people to hear. So that was like our big goal. But we finally got the equipment that we needed, and then basically I took all the skills and stuff I learned in the recording arts program, and we were able to. Our father also helped us. You know, he definitely sponsored us because we had a lot of you know, the right amps and our drum set and kind of all the equipment we needed. But we finally got the recording equipment to record, and then it just kind of took off from there. And, you know, it took a minute to, you know, mix and produce. You know, it's kind of almost like trial and error. You know, for like different ways of like mastering it and, you know, getting it to sound exactly how we want it. But we were all able to kind of find the right sound and come to an agreement and make it how we wanted to. So it's been great.
Yeah, I really like the sound. I like what you did with the guitars, and you know, just the overall. It's very distinctive, and I think for a band's first effort, my goodness, I think you done hit one over the fence here. It's very I just find it really listenable, and I like how unique it is.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Oh, you're welcome. So we're going to play Everybody Blew It. And
yes, sir.
Do you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, that one's kind of a node to, you know, that sometimes we all make mistakes, and it's better to admit them and to face them than it is to ignore them and try to ignore them. And it's you end up much better. And I think this song kind of rounds that out in a pretty fun, artistical way.
All right, everybody blew it from Brothers of the Oven here on Studio 416 from their album BOTO. Brothers of the Oven, the name of that one was Everybody Blew It. Everybody Blew It. And, well, guys, we've got one or two more to go. I guess we're down to Hungry and Mad, which is the last of the ones that don't have the disclaimer wrapped around them, I guess.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So, what are your plans? Do you have some plans for the future, getting together and doing some touring, or?
Oh, indeed, yes, sir. So, just getting back into things. We got friends in all the coolest, fun places, I'd say. So, there's a festival that's been brewing out in Reno for a few number of years now called Offbeat Fest.
Uh-huh.
And we have a handful of friends that actually play and participate in that, and looks like they'll be doing that this October, which is when it usually happens. And I think we're going to be on board to be going over there to playing over there, which is a multi-venue festival, which is pretty rad.
Yeah, that's very cool. I love festivals. I miss them dearly, and I'll be.
Indeed, I know.
Yeah. I miss them dearly. That's great, and so since you guys have kind of separated, how do you stay up with the band? How do you stay up with the music?
Well, honestly, it's been kind of hard. We kind of been going through this little transitional period between the band, and so we're just kind of like getting over that gap now. To where we can finally link up. And so, I moved down to San Diego, just kind of starting a new
This
chapter.
is Greg talking, right?
Of my life. Yeah, this is Greg.
Okay.
But now that I'm all settled in down here and stuff, I live in this town called Pacific Beach, San Diego, and there's quite a few venues and stuff, and things are kind of starting to open back up. And so now that we have our album done and stuff, that's definitely the next goal of ours is just to play, maybe, get a spot out of this venue, in my little beach town that I'm in right now. But either way, just having them get down here and just rehearsing and stuff and just even playing at my house would just be like the best. And then what I think we love the most is literally just playing music, and recording and stuff. We have a few more songs definitely to record, but just like, it's just something that we all itch to do is just play music together. So we're definitely looking forward to it soon.
That's excellent. And if you make it up this way, up here in Chico, please let me know, because I think I'd love to see you guys in person. I think that would be
absolutely, Dan.
That would be a treat.
That'd be one of the first things we'd love to get on board with is doing anything. Once we're all assembled together, which will be probably at the late summer and then definitely in the fall, we'll be more around and capable of playing shows. And that's kind of the fun thing about all of us being kind of equally dispersed, is that we kind of just have each taken over some sort of reign over the whole Californian kind of West Coast. So we kind of, once we assemble, we can all just take reign on whatever region we're in and just kind of go from there.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right, let's play this last tune for today. It's called Hungry and Mad. What do you want to say about it?
So yeah, this song's pretty awesome. This is the one that we actually recorded out at Butte College with Greg under his professor, which he ended up doing some work on it with us in person when we recorded it, and it was a really awesome experience in their pretty nice studio over there. And yeah, this is definitely one of our favorites of the album, and it's the other kind of heavy-hitting rock and roll song that we like to save for the right moments.
Right on. Brothers
and,
of...
also,
go ahead.
Also made our very first music video, self-made, for this song, Hungry and Mad. If you just go to YouTube, you can watch it. That's right. Just type in Brothers of the Oven, Hungry and Mad, and it should just pop right up. So
right on.
First music videos for this song is out as well.
Well, when we come back from this, we'll talk about how people can get your music and see your video. We'll talk about that some more. So here it is from Brothers of the Oven from their BOTO album, Hungry and Mad. Brothers of the Oven, right here on Studio 416. Hungry and Mad, the name of that tune, and it's from their BOTO album, and the lads are on the phone with me. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much, Greg, Brad, Seth, and Radar, Brothers of the Oven, for coming on, and let us know where people can get your music.
Yes, sir. So we are on Bandcamp, which is the fastest way and most direct way to download our album.
That's what I did.
We got it on there. Yes, sir. Yeah, and we got it on there for $5. You know, and other than that, if you have Spotify, if you do, let's see, Pandora, it's on Apple Music. Yeah, Apple Music. The album is on all of those platforms as well. And soon it'll be all on YouTube.
Right on. Just out of curiosity, how does one go about getting their music on all of those platforms? Is that a difficult task?
It kind of is a task, and it costs, like it took a subscription cost or something, right, Brad?
Okay.
Well, there's a website, a distributing website that, you know, supplies all your music out there to, you know, all of those digital downloading sites and streaming sites and whatnot, which is a good deal, and it's become a lot more popular, I think, you know, up until now, with a lot more musicians and local people posting their music and stuff. So it's been pretty great.
All right, that's cool. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate you pulling it together for me, Brad, and getting all the guys together to be on Studio 416 this afternoon. I've enjoyed it very much. It's been a great listen. I've enjoyed listening to your music. Been rocking out.
I was just going to say, there's a couple more tracks, you know, for anyone who, you know, wants to hear Radar on the last 3 songs. Mm-hmm. He's on there. And he's, you know, one of the best MCs I know, so... you know,
go ahead and head to our Bandcamp or Spotify and check those songs out. I think 11 did get played, luckily, and I think it might have been the clean version, so we might be okay. But yeah, there's, I mean, it's not like there's a whole bunch of profanity. It's just for radio songs. They got to be clean, and there may be a couple words. But yes, go to our Bandcamp, check out Radar, Brothers of the Oven. It's a pretty awesome mashup, and it's only the beginning. So
right on.
Yeah, and thanks again for having us here. This has really been really cool.
I'm glad you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it myself. All right, Brothers of the Oven, BOTO, their new album, and it's available pretty much anywhere online, it sounds like.
Basically, yes, sir.
All right, guys, have yourselves a great day.
You as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, you betcha. Bye-bye.
90.1 FM in Chico.